Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video all about nail varnish. Now, nail varnish is a topic I've been asked about a lot in terms of vegan and cruelty-free options and my favourite options. I know I'll get some questions about like, oh, is this nail varnish natural, or like, what's your favourite natural nail varnish? To me, I mean, I'm not a nail technician, I'm not an expert. It's not natural to have coloured nails, if you know what I mean. And like this whole natural thing, like acetone is natural, and yet you hear about acetone-free nail varnish remover. Brands will use natural as kind of like a marketing thing. It's not even greenwashing, it's just kind of using it as a buzzword. In terms of like natural nail varnishes, you can get water-based nail varnishes and you can get kind of like safer nail varnishes. There are 3 top toxins which were found in fact most nail varnish brands don't have them in now, or the ones that I use don't have them in anyway. So it's, oh god, off the top of my head, they call it the toxic trio: formaldehyde, toluene, dibutyl phthalate. You can get 3 free, 5 free. Some brands say 13 free, which I think is a bit silly because they'll just put in things like animal ingredients, which, okay, fair dues, it's a vegan brand, that's great, but it's not like a toxic ingredient to the body, if you know what I mean. Parabens haven't been in nail varnish, like it's not really a common thing you see in nail varnish. I just tend to try and buy from brands that don't include those top 3 toxins, but I'm kind of painting my nails in the knowledge that it's not the most natural thing. If I wanted to be true hippie, if I wanted to reach my true hippie status, I would have nothing on my nails, but I just like the look of a manicure. Just one of those things. But yes, I'm going to be showing you my favourite nail varnishes. I keep them in this little pouch from M&S, I'm pretty sure this was from. I'll say my favourite at the moment is one that I've literally talked about so many times. This is by Sainsburys, so it's not going to be a worldwide accessible product, but it's by their own brand range called Boutique. I'm so infatuated with this formula. It lasts so well on my nails. I do kind of pick my nail varnish off sometimes. What I look for in a nail varnish is something that dries quickly, because I'm very impatient, and I'll paint my nails and then I want to do stuff straight after, and you're supposed to sit there and wait for 5 minutes, which is a tall order if you ask me. Like, I'm not going to do that. I like something that's fast drying, obviously long lasting, low maintenance, and I like a thin formula. The longer you have a nail varnish and you're opening and closing it, more air gets in there, I guess more evaporation happens, but it tends to get gloopier and thicker over time. I like a really thin nail varnish, and one that stays thin for a long time from when you open it, you know what I'm saying? Just a thin formula basically is what I'm saying. And this is a very thin formula, very long lasting. This is the shade Forever Red, and I can't find this online. You'll have to go to, if you're in the UK, go to the bigger superstore Sainsbury's and check out the beauty section if they've got a boutique stand. Most of the range is vegan. I'm pretty sure the entire nail polish range is vegan. Also very inexpensive, very, very inexpensive. Another inexpensive option that do really good vegan nail varnishes, BarryM. Whereas with Boutique there's not a lot of information in terms of the ingredients online, BarryM are 3 free, I'm pretty sure. In fact, I won't go through each one of these and say how many free they are. I'll just leave them down below for your perusal if you're interested in that kind of thing, because I know some people who are into vegan and cruelty-free beauty don't really care about toxic ingredients or like natural beauty. I never really know what to call it, because at the end of the day, just because something's not natural doesn't mean that it's necessarily bad for you, and just because something's natural doesn't necessarily mean you should ingest it. Like foxglove, the flower foxglove is natural, and yet you shouldn't really ingest it unless you're medicated it for like a heart condition. You shouldn't ingest it because it is poisonous, so you might not be interested in it. So I'll leave it down below if you are interested in it. But yes, these are very inexpensive. These ones in particular are £3.99 each. You can get them in Superdrug. Their best nail varnish, in my opinion, are the jelly range. So they've got a classic range which has a black cap, but the ones with the silver cap, much better in my opinion. This one is called Peanut Butter, and it's just the most amazing nude shade. It lasts well on the nail, but it also lasts, like I've had these 2 for ages and I can still use them. This one is Acai Smoothie. They are very kind of like a gel nail look. They have that kind of thick, plumpy look. In fact, I love the Plumpy top coat by BarryM as well. It gives that really nice thick look to the nail. Thick with 2 C's, if you know what I'm saying. Another brand I wanted to mention, Zoya. Now, I love this shade from them, but I don't love this shade, and I've only tried 2 polishes from them. I think I've tried a top coat as well, which was kind of average. Like, it wasn't anything to write home about, but it wasn't awful. This is Taylor, which is more of a true nude, like beigey kind of shade compared to Peanut Butter, which is a bit more peachy. It's got more warmth to it. And this one wears really well. It's a very thin formula. This one is also thin. It's called Dakota, which is a lovely maroon shade, but it just doesn't wear as well. So I don't know, there might be like variations in terms of the formulation. I would like to try more from the brand. They are £11, so they're not cheap. but yeah, they are good enough for me to want to try more from them, but I would not recommend the shade Dakota. A shade that I would recommend, and I love this formula, this is by the brand Orly, who have come to Superdrug recently. Actually not recently, they've been there for about 2 years now. These retail for $11.99, so again, they're not the cheapest polish. The particular range I wanted to mention is their Breathable range. This is the lazy person's dream. It's really long wearing because it's supposed to be a base coat, colour and top coat and treatment all in one, and I actually think it is. I mean, I don't know about treatment because my nails are naturally quite strong, but the colour lasts really long, and I've had this again for a few years and I still use it and it's great. And this is the shade Light as a Feather, and I really want to try more from this range, particularly the Breathable range because it's free from a lot of, you know, nasties. They describe it as a 13 free range, which actually when I looked into it, there's not a lot of information online as to what the 13 things are that it's free from, if you know what I mean, but I did email them and they sent me a list. It was things like gluten, which is great if you are gluten intolerant, you don't really want something on your nails. If it's going to be, if you're really celiac, like a true, I don't know if there's levels of celiac, but if you're really intolerant to gluten, say you've got nail varnish on and you accidentally put your hand in your mouth and, you know, you have a reaction, you don't want that. So I understand why that's on the list, but then there was just other things that I kind of think like, well, they're not really in nail varnishes anyway, so why is that on the list? But like the main toxic trio, these are free from, and I like it a lot. I think it lasts really well. Those are the main ones I'd recommend. So Boutique, Orly, BarryM and Zoya are my favourite brands, but then I thought I would just chuck these in because they are vegan options, but they're not necessarily my favourite, if you know what I mean. So first up, Benecos. I use this nail varnish on my toenails only because on my hands it chips like crazy. This is the shade Hot Summer, a coral mixed with a red. For some reason on my toenails it lasts forever, but on my fingernails it doesn't. It chips really badly. In fact, I featured this on in a disappointing products video, but actually, oh, it says 5 free on the back. What 5 things is it? I bought a tub of ice cream the other day. I think it was the Eureka ice cream from the supermarket, and it said it was 14 free. And then I was thinking, like, 14 free? Like, the main things you could be intolerant to from ice cream: dairy, gluten. I flipped it on the back and it was like free from dairy, gluten, fish. And then it was this long list of things. You think, like, when are you going to have shellfish in an ice cream? I mean, maybe I'm just being ignorant, but I just feel like sometimes they just chuck things in for the sake of it. But yeah, I like this one a lot on my toes, on my hands, I don't really love. These two are by the brand Sensationail. This is in the shade Dainty Dahlia. I like it, but I don't love it. And again, the top coat is okay. It's nothing like to write home about. Still, my favourite top coat is the BarryM Plumpy top coat. And then last but not least, the last two nail varnishes in my collection. These are by Nailmatic. I think they're a French brand, so if you see them in store, they might be worth checking out. I've got the shade Jane and the shade Luna, and they are cruelty free and they've got loads of vegan options. And I think they've got nail varnish for kids as well, which dissolves with soap and water. And I just love these shades. I feel like this grey is such a unique shade. It looks really nice. I suppose in the bottle it looks quite boring, but actually on the nails it's quite cool. It's a twist on a kind of, if you want a nude but you don't want to go as nude as nude, if you don't want to go completely nude, you can just go grey, you know? I don't know what I'm saying. That's my nail varnish collection. I don't have loads of nail varnish because I find that nail varnish in general is not the most sustainable habit to have, because to take it off you need a little cotton pad. I've never found a way that you could use like a flannel. In fact, I used my dressing gown once with nail polish remover. I've had the same dressing gown since I was like 13 years old. It's gone all the way through my teenage years. Many hungover mornings in that dressing gown over there. I feel like it's a staple piece in my wardrobe. It's just one that I got for Christmas when I was 12 or 13, but yeah, it's got nail varnish on it because I thought, I'm going to be sustainable and I'm going to use my dressing gown to remove my nail varnish one day. And you shouldn't really do that because it doesn't really come out of clothes. No matter how many times you wash it, it doesn't come out. So it is quite a wasteful activity because the cotton pads obviously go in the bin, they are disposable. If anybody's got any tips on how to remove nail varnish sustainably, please do let me know. Maybe there's a product out there that I haven't tried that is like a reusable pad that you could use for nail varnish removal. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. If you've tried any of these brands, please do let me know. And if you did want to subscribe and see some more from me, then obviously do so. And maybe I'll see you in the next video. Bye!